qualified nutritionist and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
College golf is in full swing. This is Big Red Birdies, where you hear all about life on a college golf team and life as a student athlete. Here are your hosts of Big Red Birdies, Nebraska golfers Mackenzie Bream and Arden Louchheim.
Welcome into Big Red Birdies on a rainy Tuesday night. Didn't know it was going to rain. Got out of my car and suddenly the water was coming down. But Arden Louchheim alongside Mackenzie Bream for another week talking Husker golf, talking Nebraska golf. Yeah, we're psyched to be with you.
Yeah, excited to be back.
Mac is an absolute trooper. She's a little under the weather today. We've had a slight sickness run through our entire team. And you seem to be the last one to catch it.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because I kept telling everyone I'm immune, I'm not going to get it. And then I did get it. But everyone is saying it's not their fault because I've gotten it so much later. So now they're blaming on other people.
I am immune and I'm not going to get it. I'm convinced.
You have been around me a lot. So
as I sit directly next to you, because we were together the entire day yesterday because we met up, went to a lesson, had lunch together, practiced together, had dinner, practiced together.
Yeah.
Got Sonic together.
Yeah.
So you're in my car a lot.
I'm hoping you're okay.
But yeah, so Trooper Mac, it's kind of a reality of college athletics though of, I know that a lot of sickness ran through the softball team. I called the gymnastics meet this weekend and one of the girls on bars wasn't able to practice for most of the week because she was so congested. Same with our team. We had 4 different girls fight through qualifying while having the flu.
Yeah.
You don't have the flu, but
I don't think.
Well, fingers crossed.
I hope so. But yeah, I mean, it showed a lot about those girls to just keep competing, even though we had one girl basically falling over in the fairway.
That wasn't great.
But it was hole 9, so it was okay. It was just a 9-hole qualifier. She made it through.
But yeah. And speaking of qualifying, the girls, our lineup who were out in Texas at the Texas Golf Throwdown, finished second. Played great. It was a really tough course. So we're super excited for them. And that second place is the team's highest finish in, I think, 3 years.
Yeah.
So we're just so excited for them. And yeah, the rest of us, as well, are all trending back here. And we played around on Sunday, and I think we had one girl shoot 4 under, one girl shoot 5 under.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's impressive when the girls who are not in your lineup are shooting, sub 70 rounds. I think it shows the depth of our team.
Yeah, it's been really nice too being back at home, and the weather's been so good. So we've been at Highlands a lot. Shout out to Highlands.
I've been to Highlands more, I think, in the last 2 weeks than I thought I would ever be.
Yeah, but okay, we should talk a little bit about today's weather.
Yeah, so today, to loosely break down the show, we wanted to talk about playing golf in the wind. We feel like that's a very pertinent part of spring golf in Nebraska. We'll also finish off our Big Red Birdies guide series that, I guess not really series, but we did breaking 100 and breaking 90. We will touch on breaking 80 today as well. Talk a little bit about kind of like the mental stuff that goes into that. And then, our golf debates and looking ahead as well. But speaking of playing golf in the wind, today I was so excited to play golf. I played 9 today before practice, or I guess like before / at the beginning of practice. And it was blowing probably 25 the whole time, gusting up to 35. And it was, I was so excited because it said it was 75 degrees. I was like, let's go. This is huge. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I was so excited. I walked out there and I was like, I'm really cold.
Okay, I don't mind. You were cold today?
In a t-shirt. I put a hoodie on and I was fine.
Okay, fair. I was in pants and a long sleeve.
Yeah, you were wearing appropriate clothing.
The one thing about me is I will always be prepared for it to be cold. I will never be cold. Well, I will.
Yeah, you're a big fan of pants, so you're usually pretty warm.
Yeah, I am always warm. But yeah, it was pretty windy. My hat fell off 4 times.
Really?
I could not get it to stay.
Even with a ponytail?
Yeah, with the ponytail.
I never have that issue. Maybe it's just because I guess you've seen the lines on my head after we play. Maybe I just really cinched that thing on.
Okay, I cinched it as tight as it can get. I think my problem is I have a small head and I need like youth hats. But I don't know if Coach would be.
But Simran
hats.
would also use the youth hats.
Yeah.
Because Simran, one of our teammates, last year we were bobby pinning her hat onto her head.
Yeah.
It was so small. I mean, she's small in general. She's a small individual. But yeah, I also think because my hair is curly and it has some texture to it, it like holds the hat on. I also have a massive head. Like it's huge. My head is massive.
Yeah. But a little bit back to the wind. I think we have the advantage to so many other teams because if we go to a tournament and it's windy, we're like, okay, like, yeah, try me. Like we play in probably 20-mile-an-hour wind all the time. But I just think it comes down to just trusting your club because, I mean, when you have 100 yards in and you're hitting a 6-iron, it's like, okay, what? Like, and you think you're going to fly the green and you won't. You just have to trust and commit to your shot.
I think people also aren't aware of the amount of math that goes into playing golf in the wind. The coaches made a cool wind chart basically where you're allowed to use wind, what's it called? The wind compass, right? In qualifying and tournaments. And so we have a chart basically that says, if the wind is hurting 15 miles an hour and you're 150 yards away, you need to be adding 24 yards or something like that. Like it's a full chart. And then also depending on wind direction, if it's, not coming straight in your face, you're not taking as much off. And so me and Jessica, one of our teammates, were playing today, and I think we had an 160-yard shot. If the wind was straight into us, we would have had to add 30, but it was quartering, and so you take 2/3 of it, so we had to add 20.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a 160-yard shot. I was playing at 180, so I had a 5-iron to 160 yards, stuck it. It was pretty nice. I was pretty proud of myself.
It's such a great feeling when you get the club selection right.
Because the amount of math that went in, because then I was like, okay, it's a little downhill though.
Yeah.
Which sometimes in the wind when it's downhill, I almost feel like it hurts it more because in the air for longer, so there's more time to hurt it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and once you do all of those steps, to your point, it's just so hard to know, to be like, yeah, actually, I'm hitting a club that theoretically goes 30 more yards than this pin, but it's the right shot.
Yeah. And I mean, it literally is just a mental toughness battle. And you have to remember, okay, everybody else out here is also playing in the wind. Because I think a lot of times I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why am I, like, I have to do this. And it's like, okay, everyone else is doing it too. So that's what I always try to remind myself of.
I feel like both of our parents are pretty good about, I guess more so your dad. Your mom just says you're pretty.
Yeah.
But both of our parents are pretty good about kind of reminding us, like, well, everyone had to do that. Because I know during qualifying, the greens weren't ideal. It's really early season golf. The greens were actually awesome, all things considered. The fact that it was the second week in February and we were playing golf. But like I had said to my mom, I had one take kind of a funky bounce and I was frustrated. And she goes, yeah, but everyone played those greens and everyone was playing in the wind. And I think your dad had a similar conversation to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good reminder of if we can all, and like for us, when we get that mentality down in qualifying, the second we go to a tournament and, it's blowing or the course is hard or maybe it's rainy, to your, like what you said, our mental toughness is just off the charts. And I think it's just such an advantage for us. But I don't know, the commitment part has been a lot better for me since I like have this wind chart, because then it doesn't feel like I'm committing to some arbitrary number. I actually have, calculations that have gone into it. Cause I don't like love math, but I'm a fairly logical person. So if I can have a number to be like, okay, we're adding, this for the wind, we're adding this for the elevation, and we're taking off this for whatever else, then I can just convince myself that I'm playing an 180-yard shot. And I like almost just forget about the actual number.
Yeah. The only thing that's hard for me with the wind chart though is like I hit the ball lower than you hit the ball. So then I feel like I shouldn't have to take as much club as you should. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like I played with Jess
I don't know
today.
how you calculate that.
Yeah. I mean, like Jess's apex is probably 20 more feet in the air than I am. Because I hit it. I don't think you hit it lower than me. You think you hit it lower than me?
Maybe not you, but
like
other girls.
everyone else in the team. I hit it really low.
Yeah.
Which is great in the wind. But
it is.
Yeah, no, that's a really fair point because it's obviously just going to impact people's balls more. That's a hard thing for me too, is balancing like trying to play a wind ball, but like not feeling like you're fighting the wind. Of like sometimes if you just throw it up in the air, like you can't actually, you always can, I guess, but it's going to be really, really difficult to judge, if you're hitting a shot with a 90-foot apex, how much a 30-mile-an-hour wind is going to affect that.
Yeah.
So in those shots, it's easier to flight it, but then you don't want to be, changing your shots so much for the wind.
Yeah, that's true. I will say though, like learning to flight the ball has been the biggest difference for me in Nebraska golf because I played Arizona golf. I don't think I knew how to flight the ball, but so that has really changed.
Yeah. No, I really think that yes, in the moment, sometimes it sucks and like sometimes it's really hard, but in general, it gives us such a leg up because playing wind golf is a skill. Like it is like, it sounds so cliche, but I fully believe in the same way that I think all of the mental work we do is another club in our bag. It's that 15th club for us. I think the ability to play in the wind is like a 16th club.
Oh yeah. And it also just makes the days, like we had 2 rounds of qualifying, freezing, blowing 30 miles an hour. And then our third day was like 75 and like no wind at all. So it makes those days so much fun. And then that's when you can go low and you're like, okay, I can play well in the wind and then I can still go low when the weather's good.
And like to the credit of our team, just speaking specifically on the last qualifying, we had someone under par every single day. And the first 2 days were very doable. They were cold and they were windy. And I think that they were, maybe not to be expected in Nebraska. I think we were all just so thankful to be outside that we all had a pretty good attitude about it.
Yeah.
But we had 3 girls under par on our second day of qualifying. And I think that was the day it was blowing about 25. So yeah, it's definitely, even for me coming from Utah, it still gets windy there, but it was a big adjustment here. And I think it makes it so much easier to commit to a normal shot when you have nothing affecting it, where it's like, okay, this is 145, it's playing 145, so just hit the number. It makes it so much easier to do that.
The thing I struggle with the most is right to left wind on the range because I already hit a draw. So then I start getting in my head that I'm like snap hooking everything, but then I'm like, I go back to like you can literally feel the wind going left, so just remembering that. But I think practicing in the wind is tricky. And I don't know if it's always worth it necessarily. I think short game, yes, but I don't know if banging balls in 30-mile-an-hour wind is worth it.
Yeah, I think if it's super windy and you're going to practice, go on the course.
Yeah.
And like get used to playing golf on the course.
Yeah.
Because on the range, when you're actually trying to work on your swing and judge ball flight and stuff like that, it's so much harder.
Yeah.
When we come back from this break, we're going to talk about breaking 80, go into a little bit about that. And we think breaking 80 has to do a lot more with the mental side and the physical side. So we'll talk about that after this.
Just got new tires put on my car today.
You did? I didn't see you leave the office.
I didn't need to. Graham Tire picked up my car this morning and dropped it back off and they were done.
You're kidding. How'd you get that kind of service?
That's just what they do at Graham Tire.
Schedule your service online on the Pickup and Delivery tab at GrahamTireLincoln.com. That's GrahamTireLincoln.com. Let us do the running. Some limitations apply. See store for details.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with the bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G165184, 2,500 down with proof credit.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new Delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney location. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
With so much financial uncertainty, are you wondering if retirement savings will last? Markets ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Hi, I'm Edward Jones, advisor at Ryan Bach. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, let's work together to help you ensure you're prepared for the journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek. It's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 8380 Old Cheney Road, Lincoln, Nebraska. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It's another new year and another exciting edition of the Nebraska Lottery's popular Cash Blast promotion. You know how it works. Until March 24th, buy a 2x2 ticket and get a voucher. Enter online for a chance to win a $5,000 or $500 weekly prize. And if your winning voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. So start out your 2026 with a bang. Enter the Cash Blast promotion today. 2x2 top prize odds are 1 in 105,000.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Now back to Big Red Birdies on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Mackenzie Bream and Arden Louchheim.
Welcome back to Big Red Birdies. Man, our intro music just gets me fired up. I think I'm going to have to start playing it on the first tee.
Oh, boy. Wouldn't that be awesome if we had like a walk-up song?
Wait, I was going to ask you this in our final segment. What your walk-up song would be.
Oh, my God.
I'll let you think
Okay,
on
yeah,
it.
let me think about it.
Stay
But
tuned.
that would be awesome. We should bring up that idea. I don't know who you bring that idea up to.
Like for qualifying, I feel like I could just bring a boombox. I'll make it happen.
No, you like pull up to the Big Ten tournament.
Actually, in what tournament was it? Oh, Live tournaments have walk-up songs.
True.
Yeah. So anyway, that could be fun. We talked last week about breaking 100 and breaking 90. And so this week we want to touch on breaking 80. Obviously, yes, you have to have a good swing to break 80. The physical side, I think, is kind of implied. Get some lessons, work on your short game, especially work on your putting, that speed control. Everything that we said last week about 190 still applies. And then, yes, to break 80, you probably need to work in a couple more birdies. Breaking 190 really largely is just double avoidance and triple avoidance. Breaking 100 is double and triple avoidance. Breaking 90, maybe a little more bogey avoidance in there. With 80, a birdie is probably more helpful. But it's still the same things. So yeah, physically, that's kind of given. Dial that in. But mentally, I think it's the biggest step. And I think it has to do a lot with recovering from poor shots.
Yeah, I would agree. And we've focused so much this semester on like after a poor shot being able to just shake it off and not worry about it. And I mean, our thing this whole semester has been good enough. Like if you're not OB and it's in the middle of the fairway or you can hit it next, then it's good enough. And just being able to change that mindset of then like, okay, that's fine. Like I'm going to move on from that. And I know a thing I like to do is after I hit the shot, I'll put my club back in my bag and I give myself like 5 seconds to kind of like take in the shot and think my thoughts about that shot. And then after that, I just let it go. And then I'm not allowed to think about that shot afterwards. And it sounds kind of silly when you say it, but it really does work. And just like focusing on, I'll literally just look around and be like, oh, like it's so pretty outside. And like, I get to be out here and like, look at the weather. Like sometimes it's hard because the weather's not always nice. Don't focus on the weather then. But just like finding ways to make yourself happy when you have a bad shot has been the biggest game changer for me.
I'm out there like gentle parenting myself.
Literally.
Like I'm like, okay, like let's not get mad. You know, we can do this. But no, I feel like the biggest thing for me this semester, because last semester was a tough one for me. I just feel like I was getting frustrated very easily. And in my opinion, I don't know if anyone would agree with this, but I feel like I've had a noticeable switch this semester of my mindset on the golf course. And a lot of it for me has been the acknowledgement that like not every day is going to be perfect. And so knowing that good things can still come out of a bad round of, I can look back on last semester and yes, I didn't play the golf I wanted to, but there were still positives in my life that came out of it from a golf perspective of I learned a lot of lessons, but also from just a life perspective of being home on the weekends. Like I did make more friends and like I got to do a lot of broadcasting things. And not that that's my goal of being here is to like make friends and do broadcasting. My goal is to play golf, but understanding that it's not the end of the world if you don't play well has for me taken a lot of pressure off of it. And I think has allowed me to deal with a bad shot better, because if you feel like it's the end of the world if you don't play well, then it's going to be really, really hard to get over a bad shot.
Yeah.
But if you feel like life goes on if you play poorly, and it's great if you play well, for me, at least that perspective has been huge.
Such a big thing, and I've talked with a lot of other athletes, not just golf, is being able to separate your sport from your everyday life. And it's always normally like your freshman year where it's pretty difficult because you're here and you think you're only here for this sport, which yes, like I am here to golf. Like that's why I'm at Nebraska, but also like so many positives have come out of me being here, even when I haven't made the lineup. And I think just realizing that like, it's not everything. And like the experience you're having, whether you're on the road or at home, is still so good.
And the biggest thing for me has been applying that beyond just one round of, I was getting good at saying like, okay, one poor round can teach me something, but when you're in a slump, sometimes it becomes months. And I still think I'm getting better at viewing even those long months of, okay, good things are still coming out of this. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. When I graduate, there's going to be a lot of hard stuff that comes my way of, maybe I don't get a job that I want, or maybe I have to move or anything like that. And I feel like Coach Hall is really good about talking about she's trying to build us as humans and athletes. And I really think golf is one of the best sports to do that. There's that famous quote. I don't remember who it's by, but it's golf is the closest game to the game we call life. You get good breaks from bad shots, bad breaks from good shots, but you have to play the ball where it lies. And I love
like
that.
I've never heard that.
I think it's Bobby Jones, but yeah, I have that quote ingrained in my memory.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a good representation of golf, the sport. We got very deep there, but going back to the breaking 80, the biggest thing is how you react to bad shots. So give yourself those 10 seconds and give yourself, just try to remember that one bad shot doesn't break your round.
Yeah.
And one bad hole doesn't break your round. And what happens when you let those snowball and you let frustration about a bad putt turn into frustration that creates a bad tee shot, that's when the breaking 80 gets hard.
Yeah, and that's what can make the difference of literally the 10 shots that we're talking about. And I think our team this whole semester has been so much better at it. After every single round, Coach Hall makes us kind of sit in a circle and we talk about okay, what was your favorite shot of the day? Or what do you think you did really well mentally today? And I think finishing off my round every time doing that has been really, really helpful, because then I walk off of the course with a positive and then I'm wanting to come back the next day, because we haven't always done that before. And then you're kind of just walking away with wow, that wasn't really great. But Coach Hall always talks about there definitely are positives out of your round, even if you didn't have a great day.
And Coach Hall's funny because she's coached for long enough. She's always I know you guys are gonna go to the parking lot and be like, oh, I hit this shot on 8 that got a bad bounce, or I didn't hit well. And so she acknowledges that, yes, that's going to happen. And kind of what I love about it is we're never told don't do that. Because sometimes I think when you're told not to do something, you're just oh, screw you, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, it's the parents.
Yeah, exactly. It's when they tell you not to eat candy. And you're like, oh, I'm going to eat all the candy I can. And so I love that she acknowledges yes, you guys are all still 20-year-olds who are probably going to go chat about, silly stuff that went wrong in your round, but making sure that you intentionally speak about that positive stuff. And it's been great for me. I work a lot with our sports psychologist. I've said that multiple times on here. And we've been working a lot on not having me view my rounds as black and white, because it's really hard. There are so many shots that go into a golf round and, there's 18 holes, all of that, but you just end with a single score. And so if that number at the end of the round is not what you want it to be, sometimes you can forget that great shot you hit on 3 or the really clutch putt you hit on 7. And so I had an issue of basically just seeing my round as good or bad based on the final score. And so recognizing those positives in that final circle at the end, and also making yourself say it to a big group, I think is helpful too, because you have to really kind of conceptualize what you're talking about and be able to articulate it, has been so huge for me of, yes, I didn't putt well, and so that impacted my score, but I actually did X, Y, and Z really, really well. And that's been super helpful for me.
Yeah, the thing that I always struggled with is I would always be if I would have done this, or if I would have done this shot. And you can't think that way, because it's okay, well, if you wouldn't have made that clutch putt that you were talking about, then you're it all cancels out in the end. And that's something that I've had to remember. And that's where also just turning it into the positive of oh, I striped that 3-wood instead of oh, I shanked my shot on 7, something like that.
I feel all golfers are kind of a little bit entitled. Everything good that happens to us, we're yeah, well, that should have happened. And then everything bad, we're but what if it didn't?
Exactly.
And that's been such a good, I missed qualifying. I guess I tied for the final spot in qualifying to start the semester and then didn't get it just because of a tiebreaker. And I was kind of sad because I had a 3-footer go around the full hole and lip out during that qualifying. And so obviously that's all I could think about it. And I didn't get up and down on hole 18. And once again, that's all I was thinking about. But also over the 3 days, I chipped in, I nailed a 30-footer. I made an absolutely insane up and down from literally jail, and kind of changing your what ifs of oh, well, if I had done this, then, that would have been, I would have qualified if I didn't miss that 3-footer. But then also it's okay, yeah, if you didn't chip in from 15 feet off the green, you also wouldn't have made it. So
exactly.
I feel it's a good thing to kind of, I, for myself, have tried to almost switch my what ifs to not in a negative sense, but to be oh yeah, what if the good things didn't happen? Because then it makes me realize that, yes, it feels really easy to make the 3-footer, but it's also really hard to make a chip. And so those two things probably even out.
For sure. And I think another thing with the breaking 80 is it's just so much course management. Everyone thinks that it is just all about your swing and all about ball striking. But if you can make your way around the course with an average swing, then you can break 80, and you just need to know, okay, I can't miss here. And I know you don't want to focus. I don't know. What are your thoughts on like, don't miss here? To me, that's not a negative, but I know people would take it that way, but just knowing where the miss is.
I think that understanding, I just think for me, the final thought in my head has to be positive. So saying, okay, the pin is back right. I don't want to miss long and right because that will short side me. That's logical. But then my final thought needs to be, okay, if I'm going to miss, we're missing short left.
Yeah, that's fair. And we've talked a lot about being factual. So just saying like, okay, the miss is not long, but then, okay, I'm going to aim here. Or just like be factual about it.
Because there's always going to be a positive that pairs with a negative. Okay, it's like, okay, there's water on the left, so I don't want to go left. And then you can say, okay, there's fairway on the right, we're going to go right.
Yeah.
And I do think it's fair to think about where you want to miss. Of if I'm going to miss, I want to miss right. But yeah, I try to avoid the like don't miss left because I've read a lot of stuff that your brain doesn't really understand the word don't.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you say left, that's what imprints in your brain. And so I try to avoid having that be like my final thought.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it's the end of the world if that pops into my head. But yeah, speaking of things popping into your head, so that's our final kind of bit on breaking 80. But I want to now move into, it's been a conversation we've been having a lot. We're both in kind of a student athlete group that we are part of, and we just talk about a bunch of different things. And this week we were talking about superstitions that people have. And so it was funny because there was like gymnasts and track athletes and everything like that. And so then that prompted another conversation at dinner about our superstitions. So I want to know, Mac, do you have any superstitions on the golf course?
Okay, so not really. I would say I don't have that many. And after hearing our team, I felt great about my superstitions. But I do have a layer thing. Like if I have a thin layer on, I don't want to take it off. I'm just going to leave it on if I'm a little cold or a little hot. And we've kind of touched on that a little bit, but I just feel like it changes my swing.
See, and I think that one's fair because it literally does feel different.
Yeah.
But we were talking about this at dinner last night, and mine's funny because if I'm playing badly, I don't care. Like I'll take off anything.
Oh,
like,
see,
whatever.
I keep it on always.
If I'm playing well, I have to keep it on. But if I'm playing poorly, my thought's like maybe it's the shirt.
Okay. I also have a funny one. I've done this all year, which is so interesting. I play with a plastic ball mark that has like the little spike thing.
It's the worst.
That you'll just get from like a golf course.
Yeah.
But so let's say like one day I played with they're all from my home course. I take a stash back to school. Let's say I play with an orange one and I played bad. The next day I can't play with the orange one, but it can get a redemption round. So like I'll play the orange one, played bad. Then I'll play the white one. Then I'll play an orange one. And if I play good that second time with the orange one, then it's back in the bag. But
so you have room for the ball marks to redeem itself.
Yeah, they can get redemption. They get like 3 chances and then they're out.
This one you thought was really funny. One of mine is I have certain memories with clothes. So I shot 89 at a tournament my freshman year. It's to this day my highest round ever in collegiate golf, which I'm glad I've never shot in the 90s. And I remember exactly what shirt I wore in that tournament. And the rest of that rest of that year, my freshman year, I like kind of got our seniors to never pick that shirt again because I didn't want to wear it in a tournament again. And I think I had to wear it a couple times, but we largely avoided it. And then I refused to wear that shirt by choice. I will occasionally wear it in practice, but it's still in my closet. And I will not wear it for a qualifying round. I will not wear it for a tournament over the summer or over the winter. I refuse to put that shirt on if my round matters.
That's just so interesting.
Because obviously it was the shirt.
So like the shirt was the problem.
Yes,
and why? What about that specific shirt? It's the same exact polo that we have in other colors.
I think it's just the memory of like, I have this memory of me shooting 89 in it. So I can't take it off.
Hear me out. Do the ball marker redemption. Give it a redemption round in like a fun round that doesn't matter, and then go play well, and then that shirt can be back in the bag. It's a cute shirt.
Yeah, Mac like specifically likes this shirt.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, give it to me. I'll wear it.
No, I was like, no, I still wear it in practice. But yeah, we both have a couple more, and I wanted to share some of our crazy ones that we heard from our teammates. But that will all be coming up when we come back after the break, and we will also get me and Max walk-up songs for golf after this.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for $199 per month.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1007055. Previous service loader. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with crew credit. 7,500 miles per year. 6,800 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Plus take new retail delivery from the Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26. See dealer for details.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice and check out a brand new 2026 Ford Explorer for only $39,995. That's right, under $40,000 for a brand new Explorer, loaded with extras like Copilot 360, second row captain's chairs, and more. With approved credit, receive financing as low as 2.9%. Treat mom to a new Explorer for Valentine's Day this year from Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect. MSRP $45,175.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and Us Norman tonight from Iowa City as 93.7 The Ticket covers Husker basketball's big road game at 8 p.m. versus the Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll have pregame and postgame videos on the Ticket's social media pages, as well as commentary throughout the game. And we'll make sure to chime in for postgame beginning around 10 p.m. as well. Our coverage from Iowa City is sponsored by Diode Technologies, Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, the Lincoln Airport, and Scissors and Scotch Lincoln. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to Big Red Birdies on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Mackenzie Bream and Arden Louchheim.
Welcome back to our final segment here on Big Red Birdies. Arden Louchheim alongside Mac Bream. I always call you Mackenzie when we're on air, I think, because I'm like trying to be professional, but I never call you Mackenzie in
It's
real
always
life.
funny hearing you say it because nobody really that knows me calls me Mackenzie.
Unless I'm mad at you.
Yeah. I don't want to be called Mackenzie.
Mackenzie Lauren.
Oh, middle name.
Middle
on
name.
air.
Yeah. Okay. So both of us have some songs that come along with our walk-up songs. But before we get to that, we have to thank our awesome sponsor. Red Zone Sports Bar has a front row seat for you if you're craving the ultimate game day experience. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and frosty drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the walls so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer for your team, and take advantage of game night specials every single week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill right by the Lincoln Airport at 311 Northwest 12th Street. That sounds ideal. We should go there.
Yeah, it sounds great.
We're both 21 now. I'm kidding. But so yeah, the Nebraska basketball is playing right now. Great place to go watch it. Now with that, we have that thanked. Do you want to go first with your walk-up song or me?
You got it.
Okay. Mac, well, I was just playing my walk-up songs.
I would not have expected any of these from you.
So when I played softball as a child, my walk-up song was Hall of Fame by The Script. Like,
we
stand in
didn't
the
get
Hall
them.
of Fame. And so that's always going to have like a place in my heart. And then
You can only pick one.
No, I'm picking multiple. I'll have a final one.
Okay.
And then I also really like Motley Crue by Post Malone. That was kind of a new one this summer. I kind of like rap specifically for walk-up songs. I'm not a big rap person, but like when I get fired up for tournaments. But I think my go-to pick is going to be Get Back by Pop Smoke. I probably wouldn't ever listen to that song unless I'm trying to get fired up for something. But I played it. I heard it on TikTok this summer and I liked it. And I played it in the car driving to the course for every day that I played the Utah Stadium. And then I won that tournament this summer. And it was probably the biggest win of my career thus far.
So we were just talking about how that's a new superstition.
Yeah,
and
apparently
she needs to start playing that.
Yeah, so I haven't been playing it in the car recently. And I think that's why I'm not playing good golf.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely.
Among other things. But it was really funny because I don't think I realized one day how loud I was playing it. And it was semifinal day. I was getting fired up and I drive into the parking lot and one of my friends, because Utah golf's fairly small. Everyone's really good, but I know everyone because I've grown up playing with them. And so one of my friend's parents was standing there and he like looked at me through the windshield and just kind of like gave me a nod. And then after my match that I won, he came up to me and was like, "You were playing your music really loud this morning, but I didn't want to say anything because you looked like you were getting in the zone."
You were getting ready.
Yeah. So that's mine. I could go on and on. I have so many that I like, but yeah, I think Get Back by Pop Smoke.
Yeah. See, and I don't really think I would want like a rap one. I would want like a 2000 song. I'm going with Dancing in the Dark by Rihanna.
And what does that song sound like, Mac?
I want to dance in the dark.
I'm
having
she's coughing.
a coughing. I can't sing. Apparently, I start coughing. But I just love that song. If I need to be happy, I play that song. And
it's a phenomenal song.
Arden and I played in a 4-ball tournament this last summer, and we won and shot 15 under. So maybe I should start playing this song. We're coming up with new superstitions as
we speak. Maybe we should meet up before our rounds and listen to it together.
Yeah, we should. And then we'll shoot 15 under.
Are we going to defend that title this summer?
Yeah, we are. I don't know where it's at this year.
I don't either. I was trying to build my summer golf schedule today. It was overwhelming me a lot.
Yeah, that one was fun. I love a 4-ball tournament.
Yeah, 4-ball is when you both play out the hole and then you take your best score. We played great. It was a 2-day tournament. Yeah, 15 under. I think we both kind of had good days. Like I played really well the first day and you played really well the second day. You shot like 65 the second day, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, because I think we swapped.
I shot 65 the first day.
Yeah,
You shot 60. Yeah,
I think
It was
so.
great. It was so fun. So yeah, hopefully we go defend that this summer. But some of the other funny superstitions we heard, one of the guys on the men's team was talking about how he has specific underwear he has to wear for qualifying.
And socks.
And socks, yeah. So that was interesting. We have one teammate, Simran, who it's not a specific superstition, but if she does something well, if she does, if she takes a bite of food before she hits her golf shot and then she hits a good shot, she she has to do that every single time for the rest of the round. And we were like, okay, but like, what if you run out of that bar?
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
And she goes, I'm just gonna hit a bad shot.
No, she says I'm going to bogey.
Oh yeah, that's what she
and I'm like, okay, we need to get over this because I remember one time she had a bar, and she ran out of the bar, and she's like, well, what do I do now? And she also claims if she's playing well and has to go to the bathroom, she will not go to the bathroom. But that just seems concerning to me. Danica also said the same thing.
Danica had so many.
Danica,
because I said something and Danica was like relating to me on it. And she was like, oh yeah, of course. And like how we have to eat the same food for the 3 days before we play around. And I was like, you lost me. You lost me on that one.
She has qualifying socks, tournament socks.
And she doesn't even like them.
No.
She was like, yeah, they kind of fall down my feet, but like I've just like they are my socks, so I have to wear them. And I was like, why wouldn't you make your qualifying and tournament socks that you like?
Yeah. Does not make sense.
And she just kept her answer at dinner last night kept just being, no, because like I have to wear them. And I'm like, what if you just wore something else?
There was another guy on the men's team that claims he cannot mark his ball. Like he will just play with the Titleist Nebraska in, no Sharpie marks, because if he does, then he's hitting an OB.
Yeah, he said the second he puts a mark on it, it's asking to go OB.
Which is interesting.
We had who on the team? Someone on the team would only play Titleist once. Was it Brooke?
Really?
I don't know. I know
think
someone
so.
said that they would only play a 1.
We have a girl that will not play the 4s.
Yes, will not play the 4s.
And a girl that won't get in a cart if it's like a bad number. So if it's like 85, because then she claims she's going to shoot 85.
Yeah.
But if it's like 65, then perfect. But then I told her, like, why don't we just switch the 85 mindset and be like, okay, you're going to make like 8 birdies and 5 pars. And she's like, it doesn't work like that.
I would kind of have to agree on that. That seems like we're fabricating.
Well, I feel like every superstition, I feel like you can turn the other way.
My thing is that like some of the girls we're talking to on our team, like they truly believe like, yes, if this happens, I will bogey. I have nothing like that.
Me neither.
Like sometimes I don't love having a great range session. Like if I am striping it before the round, sometimes that freaks me out.
Does it freak you out if you're hitting a horrible on the
No,
range?
I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine.
See, that's so funny. You're one of those people.
If I hit if I've been like consistently hitting it poorly leading up to the round, then I'm like, well, yeah, I'm kind of screwed. But if I have had like a good week of practice and I'm just suddenly not hitting it well on the range, like I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just like probably not loose yet. And so then I literally will not look where the ball goes. I'll just get loose.
Really?
Yeah. I'll just like make sure that I'll put an alignment stick down, like make sure my alignment is good. And as long as I feel like I'm just getting my body loose, I don't care. The only thing I do need to have I guess I don't need to do anything, but I would really, really prefer to have a good warm up with my driver. That's my only one because my driver really changes day to day.
So I'm more of I'll hit like 2 drives in my warm up.
Total.
If I hit the first one, if I stripe the first one and hit like a good second one, I'm done.
I think my back would give out if I did that.
Well, because then in my head, like I know I can hit it. I just did it twice. Why do I need to keep doing it? Because then I'm leaving more room for a bad drive. That's
I did not track the reasoning there, but you do you, boo.
That's my mentality.
I don't have any really superstitions consistently. When I was younger, I did like if a ball mark if I didn't play well, like I'll switch my ball mark and all that stuff. If I'm playing well, I try to avoid switching my ball.
Like during the round.
Yeah, like I like to keep the same ball.
Do you normally switch? Will keep the same ball as long as I don't lose it.
Yeah, because I am really I try to really make my boxes last as long as possible.
My
boxes of balls, sleeves and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't usually switch, but like if I feel like it's getting a little worn down and I'm playing poorly, I'll switch it.
Okay. I will say a lot of mine are just things I like that it's not really a superstition, but like I love when I play the whole round with 1 tee.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just so fun.
I guess I talked about this last night. I found this pink tee. It was a Southern Hills tee, which is a course in Vegas, and I was in Utah this summer. I found it on the second day of the Utah Stadium, and I played the rest of the tournament with it. Never lost it. I didn't use it on par 3s, but I
never broke it.
No, never broke it. And yeah, so I was just convinced that that's why I was winning because I pulled off a really big upset in the semifinals, and overall that tournament I just was not supposed to win. I was a major underdog, so it was like the best week of golf of my life. And now I just have this emotional attachment to that tee. It's at home.
She still has the tee.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Well, because like I I've told my parents, I don't know if we've done it yet, but I have a flag from the hole that I won on, which I also won like 8 and 7. So it's kind of a sick flag because it's like hole 12 or something. And I have the flag. I have the ball that I won with. There's like a plaque, and then I have the tee. So I want to put that all in a frame.
Love it.
Because I can never use that tee again.
Right.
Like that tee means more to me than any hole-in-one ball I have.
Wow. Okay. We had a lot of girls that said the tees and like their ball have to stay in a certain pocket.
Yeah.
Like a right or a left pocket. I don't think I've ever thought about that.
Me neither.
But I mean, I guess they probably go on my right because that would just make more sense. But yeah, we had a lot of girls say that.
And my thing, like, one of the girls was like, I need to have my glove in a certain pocket. Like, I just need to have my glove in a certain pocket because I think I lose it if I don't have it there. Like, if I switch where any of my stuff goes, I think it's gone.
Right.
But I will develop certain superstitions, like, within a tournament. If, like, I did something specific on the range or, like, on day 1, if I did something and I played well, I will repeat that on day 2.
Okay. I will say, like, if I played bad in the hat I wore the first day, I, like, probably won't wear it the next day.
Half the time, though, I'm traveling to tournaments. So I don't really have that luxury of, like, I just plan my outfits. So then I kind of have to stick
but
with
you
it.
don't bring another hat.
I usually bring 3 hats.
Yeah.
I have a hat per outfit.
Yeah, exactly. So then you're not re-wearing.
Okay, question. When you are planning your final day outfit, are you planning an outfit that you want to win in?
I'll definitely wear my favorite outfit the last day. Yeah.
And now that I play for Nebraska, especially during the summer, because I don't always have, you don't have to wear Husker stuff in the summer, but I make sure I have something Husker on every time it's the final day because I want to make sure that I have something Husker on in the pictures.
Yeah, like I'll normally plan out my outfits and then my last outfit will be the best one. But I don't know. I think that's also just like final round, best round.
Yeah. This is I'm so full of crap because I say I don't have superstitions. And I looking back at my stadium week, I wore a black shirt, white skirt on the second day with my red Nebraska hat, and I played well. So then the next day I inverted the outfit. So I wore a white top, black bottoms with my red Nebraska hat, played well in that. And so then I found my closest version to that as well. So I had a black and white striped shirt, black leggings, same hat, or black skirt, black skirt, same hat.
Wow.
So I'm actually so full of crap because I like fully planned my outfit because I was playing well in the other ones.
Okay. Interesting.
Wait, I had a question for you. Oh, what do you think is the hardest golf course that we have played in Nebraska specifically?
Hardest golf course in Nebraska. Honestly, Firethorn. I mean, it's one of our home courses and it's a great test of golf. And I love that we play there, but it's difficult. And I mean, you can't really miss. There's a lot of fescue. Greens are normally rolling pretty well. There's a lot of forced carries.
The up and downs are also sneaky hard on that golf course.
They are, because if you miss the green, you're normally in like thick rough. So I would say Firethorn.
And then what's your favorite course you've played in Nebraska?
Favorite course in Nebraska. I played is it called Prairie Club?
Yeah.
I played with my uncle, and that's in Valentine, Nebraska. That is awesome. It's like a dunes course. So cool. They actually have 2 courses there, but I loved the Prairie Dunes. Wait, is that what it's called?
I don't remember.
I'm kind of mixing up Bandon Dunes and
I think it's called Prairie
Club. I don't know if the course is called Prairie Dunes, but Prairie Club.
And then you also played Landman. How was that?
That was
I'm jealous
really,
of that
really
one.
cool. What? That was a tournament.
Yeah, match play.
Yeah, the women's match play. That was awesome. And they sell out that tee sheet in, I think, like hours.
I'm in the lottery to try to get it.
Are you?
Yeah. I have not gotten it yet.
That one was really cool. You don't even feel like you're in Nebraska when you're playing.
Okay, now closing out. Final question. This is a tough one.
Oh, boy.
Who do you think is the most clutch on our team?
Most clutch?
Yeah.
Hannah Kono.
Yeah, so fair. Hannah Kono always comes through. Well, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Big Red Birdies. Arden Louchheim alongside Mackenzie Bream. Have a lovely Tuesday night.
If you or anyone you care about is